Pac-Man Trolls here with another Magic the Gathering deck tech. I have just made this deck today. I've been editing it, I've been working it. I think I got it what I wanted. And if I add in any other cards, I'll put that in my description below. But it's a Grixis deck, and it's pretty fun. If you don't know what Grixis is, it's black, red, and blue. So here we go. Land base. First off, we have the two Bloodfell Caves. It's just red black land that enters the battlefield tapped. You gain a life and adds red black to your pool. So those are useful for that. Also, we have the two Dismal Blackwater or Backwater. I call them Blackwater because of the black land, but whatever. Dismal Blackwater enters the battlefield tapped, adds a gain a life, and adds a black or blue to your pool. So that helps as well. Of course, black, red, and blue. And then we have the 6 Swamps, the 6 Mountain, and then the 6 Island. So 22 lands is actually pretty decent. Also, we have the creatures. Creatures are pretty much just kind of all over the place, but it's fun. Typhoid Rat, one of these, 1 black, 1/1 Death Touch, so that is a good card to have. 2 of the Raging Goblins, 1 red, 1/1 with haste, so 2 Raging Goblins. For our 2 drops, we have 2 Spike Jesters, 1 black, 1 red, 3/1 haste. For our 3 drops, we have a Laboratory Mechanic, that's 1 blue and 2 colorless. If you were to draw a card while your library has no cards in the game in it, you win instead, and it's a 2/2. So if you're fighting a pesky mill deck and you're about to lose, you could easily just go Laboratory Mechanic. Now, I'm doing a video. Then we have that was my brother asking who I was talking to during the video. But anyway, so then we have Hooded Assassin. That's 1 black and 2 colorless. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you choose 1. You can put a +1/+1 counter on it, or you can destroy a creature that dealt damage this turn, and it's a 1/2. Normally, I just put the +1/+1 on it. Also, we have for another 3 drop, we have 2 Mortis Striders. These are great. 1 black, 1 blue, 1 colorless. When they die, they come back to your hand, and they are a 1/1. Those cards are great because they're always going to be there. They're never going to go unless they exile them or they counter it. That's about it. So now for another 3 drop we have is the hybrid mana of Death Cult Rogue. It can be either a blue or a black. 2 blue or black, whatever, and 1 colorless. Can't be blocked except by rogues, and it's a 2/2. So that's good to just get in there and hit their life points. If they don't have any rogues, you're mainly hitting their life no matter what. For our 4 drops, we have a Exava Bractos Blood Witch. 1 black, 1 red, and 2 colorless. It has first strike and haste and unleash. If you unleash it, it gets a +1/+1, and each other creature with a +1/+1 counter on it has haste. So if you unleash it, it can't block, but it gets that +1/+1. It becomes a 4/4 with first strike and haste. Still, I never really unleash them, but if you want to, you can. Then we have our other 4 drops, Scaldkin. These are 1 blue, 3 colorless, flying 2/2. If you want to tap a red and 2 colorless, you can sacrifice it to deal 2 damage to a creature or a player. So a little bit of burn with those. We have our 5 drops now. We have Vectus Agents, 1 black, 1 blue, and 3 colorless. For a black and a blue mana, you can have it get a -2 attack until the end of the turn, so it becomes a 2/3, but it's unblockable, so they can't block it, and you hit them for 2. Or you can just keep it a 4/3, and, whatever. Our other 5 drop is a Singir Vampire, 2 black, 3 colorless. Flying, and whenever a creature dealt damage by it dies, you put a +1/+1 on it. With the Rakdos Blood Witch, it also would gain haste, but that doesn't even matter, and it's a 4/4. Then we have Mercurial Chemister, 1 blue, 1 red, and 3 colorless. You can tap a blue to draw 2 cards. You can tap a red to discard a card and deal damage to a target creature equal to the mana cost of a card. And it's a 2/3. So it's another burn creature, basically. And then we have our Hypersonic Dragon. This is very good. For 1 red, 1 blue, and 3 colorless, we get a flying haste 4/4 that you can now cast sorceries on any turn. So they're like instants and they're sorcery. And it's a 4/4. So that's a very good card to have. And then our last creature is a Shivan Dragon. 2 red, 4 colorless. You get a flying that has, if you tap a red, you can give it a +1 attack and make it a 6/5 instead of a 5/5. So Shivan Dragon's very good. Now we go into our instants. For our instants, we started off with 2 drops. We have a Counter Squall. 1 blue, 1 black. You get to counter a target non-creature spell, and its controller loses 2 life. Very useful, in my opinion. We have a Rakdos Charm. 1 black, 1 red. You get to either choose to exile all cards from a player's graveyard, destroy a target artifact, or have each creature deal 1 damage to their controller. We have a Winter Flame for 3 drop. 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 colorless. You get to choose either one or both of these effects. You can tap a creature and deal 2 damage to a creature, or you could just deal 2 damage to a creature and kill it, or tap a creature if you want. Either way, most likely you're going to choose both. For our other 3 drops, we have 2 cancels. These are just blue's got to have counter. So you need 2 blue, 1 colorless. You get to counter a target spell, and you just get rid of their stuff. This card is very good in my opinion. It could help a lot. It's for our 4 drop. It's blue or black mana, 4 blue or black manas, and it's Memory Plunder. You may play a target instant or sorcery card in opponent's graveyard without paying the mana cost. If you're running against board wipe removal, you can just be like, I'm going to use your board wipe and wipe your board. And it's just freaking awesome. For another 4 drop, we have Essence Backlash. 1 red, 1 blue, and 2 colorless. You get to counter a target creature spell, and it deals damage equal to the spell's power to its controller. So you get to deal burn and counter. Also, for another 4 drops, we have 2 of the Chandra's Outrage. 2 red, 2 colorless. You deal 4 damage to a target creature and 2 damage to its controller. So more burn. And then we have a 5 drop Flesh to Dust. 2 black, 3 colorless. You get to destroy a creature and it can't be regenerated. For our sorceries, we have 5. And that is for a 2 drop, a Reeve Soul. 1 black, 1 colorless. You get to destroy a target creature with a power 3 or less. And going right to the freaking 6 drop, we have Blast of Genius. 1 blue, 1 red, and 4 colorless. You choose a creature or a player, draw 3 cards, then discard a card. Blast of Genius deals damage equal to the discarded card's mana cost to the player or a creature. So that's a really good card for burn and getting stuff out of the way. And then we have 3 of the Morgue Burst. These are awesome. Tap a red and a black and 4. You get to return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand and deal damage to a target creature or player equal to the power of the card returned. So that is freaking awesome. More burn. For the most part, it's burn. And I'm sorry about my nose. It's allergy season for me in October, but I love October. Anyway, now we go into our enchantments, our last part of the deck. We have, for a 1 drop, a Clout of the Dominions. It's a red or a blue. You enchant a creature. If the enchanted creature is blue, it gets a +1/+1 and a Shroud. It cannot be targeted of spells or abilities. And if it's red, it gets a +1/+1 and haste, so it can attack immediately. That's awesome. We have a Font of Return, 1 black, 1 colorless. You get to tap 1 black and 3. You get to sacrifice it, return 3 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. More return. And then we have Font of Fortunes, 2 blue, 1 colorless. You get to sacrifice this and draw 2 cards. Now, that is the deck, the main deck. Let's get into the sideboard of the deck. This I did not separate. So we have instant, creature, instant, sorcery, instant, sorcery. So, let's just do creature first. Now, this is going to be all over the place, guys, and I apologize. I just did not separate these before I did this, so I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? Done. Sorry about that. Anyway, so let's do this. We have one creature in our sideboard. This creature is very good if you want to just start kind of milling the opponents, I guess, even though I don't really have many blue creatures. But dual color creatures work too. So, Sage Rose Denizen. 1 blue, 2 colorless. Whenever another blue creature enters the battlefield under your control, target player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. 2/3. That's the one creature in my sideboard. For our instants in the sideboard, we have a crap ton. We have a Coat with Venom, 1 black. A target creature gets a +1 attack and +2 defense and gains Death Touch. So that just gives you Death Touch, which is phenomenal and great to have. We have a Wind Slash, basically the new Shock. Literally, the new Shock. 1 red, it deals 2 damage to a creature or a player, but if you control a creature with a power 4 or greater, the damage can't be prevented. An Ultimate Price, 1 black, 1 colorless. You destroy a target mono-colored creature. 2 of the beautiful Dark Tempers. Deals 2 damage to a target creature, but if you control a black permanent, you destroy it instead for 1 red and 2 colorless. And then we have 2 more of the actual Chandra's Outrages. 2 red, 2 colorless. You deal 4 damage to a creature and 2 damage to the controller. So we could have 4 of the Chandra's Outrages if you wanted to. We have 2 of the Scatter Arcs. You gotta have counter. 1 blue, 3 colorless. You counter a target non-creature spell and draw a card. Draw power. We have a Steam Augury. 1 blue, 1 red, and 2 colorless. Reveal top 5 cards of your deck. Separate them into 2 piles. An opponent chooses one of those piles. You put the pile he chooses into your hand. The other goes to your graveyard. With graveyard return on creatures, that doesn't even matter. So this is a great card to have in the deck. But it's in my sideboard. Then we have, for our sorceries, 2 divinations, 1 blue, 2 colorless. You draw 2 cards. Some draw power, and more burn for 2 lava axe. 1 red, 4 colorless. You deal 5 damage to the player. And that is our deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I have the black, red, blue deck. And if I add any cards in, I will let you know. I will put it in the description below. I should not have shuffled because I need to do a deck list. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. That is my Grixis deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Bye.